Only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.
Wow, what is going on? I am Tbone. Kyle obviously is not here, but we do have a K name. We have a K name, and his name is fucking Keith. We are MV3, and we are here. We have football on the docket. Keith, how the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you guys? Well, now just you.
Just me right now, you know.
Used to be you guys.
Yep, it used to be plural. Now we self-identify as an individual.
Yeah. How was that talking to yourself episode? That was good.
Oh, my throat hurt after those 45 minutes, man. Like, I can talk for days, but it's not great. I don't love it, but it is what it is, you know.
Agree. Yeah.
But we can dive right in. We have a lot of shit to go over. A lot of football talk, only football talk, and we might as well start with the game that's on right now.
Nothing to talk about with baseball, but
I don't really know what's going on with baseball.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's
it's fine.
Not a Shohei Ohtani 6 for 6, 10 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, just 3 home runs. That guy's a fucking
playing him against him in fantasy too.
That's nice.
TNF, yeah, TNF. It's in the first quarter. Nobody's missed anything.
It's the Jets, Patriots, yep.
0-0. Hammer the under. I did.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers can't move. Aaron Rodgers can't move.
He scampered for first down,
He scampered for first down, but
he hit the over really first drive.
If you notice, they don't boot him out anywhere. Nothing. So
yeah, I didn't really like that. I didn't really like that Breece Hall didn't get involved at all on that first drive.
Yeah, that looked like an old Packers drive.
And then they run it. It's like, we're good at this.
7
years. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But that's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to get what Aaron Rodgers wants. Aaron Rodgers wants 5 wide, and just let him do whatever he wants. It's fine.
So, what was your pick for this game?
Let me see. I will read it off. I had a couple.
Patriots went 3 and out right away. By the way, it didn't look good.
Yeah, I have the Jets money line and the under, just as pretty simple. Nothing crazy. Couple player props, but not only 40 yards here or there, so nothing crazy. But I do have Jets money line and the under. So
I have the Patriots kicker over 1.5 field goals.
That's a good one.
It might not be if they can't get more than a yard. Might not be.
They almost kicked the field goal for a 58-yarder, and then they didn't.
Yeah, then they didn't.
So that's fine. But since we're talking AFC, this is an AFC matchup going on right now. We can kind of keep it in division, and we can talk about the Tua situation.
Yep.
What are your thoughts now? For the people that don't know, I myself am a coach in between jobs. Keith is a former coach as well. I don't know if you've coached other things in basketball, right?
Yeah, I've done tennis as well and stuff.
We've both been coaches. We both have players' health and wellness at the forefront of our minds when it comes to coaching. So, as a coach, what would you be doing with Tua?
So with the Tua situation, I start from the top. With the Tua thing, the organization as a whole, I don't think that's Mike McDaniel's call as a coach. I think that's an organizational thing. And the fact that they even gave him a big contract and all the money, to me, I'd hate to be critical on a guy who gets concussions every other week, but I mean, you can't. If you're going to give that money to that guy for that long, and he gets a concussion every 3 weeks, and doctors have warned he's 3 away from being done for maybe ever. Like, that's a
Yeah.
little crazy. Poorly ran organization, first of all. And not to hate on Tua again, but like in his situation, I'm not playing if I'm him.
You're not playing. If you're him, you're not playing. You're done. I'm out.
I would have been out, but he got
Okay.
a contract, and it just seems like he's not. Well, he's a loyal guy. Like that, he's gonna play through everything. It seems like, and that's a little unless a doctor tells him literally you have to sit out for 4 weeks.
Right.
That's one concussion of the year when he's had 4. I think he's had 3 previous, but
I know did he have the one where he got up and stumbled and they said it was an ankle, but to everyone watching it was like, this is a concussion. What are we doing?
It's an ankle, and no.
But he tripped up. Yeah. So it's hard to believe. It's not because of the organization and how poorly ran they are.
No.
But how do you give him that contract, like you said, but not have any safeguards? Like, hey, if you get a concussion, you have to have some kind of built-in protections for you as a franchise. If you don't, Dolphins, you just fucked up because now you're on the hook. Like, I would assume, as this has happened, not in this situation, but a guy does a big contract, blows his arm out, and they come to some injury settlement. It happens more along lines with like practice squad guys or like lower roster guys. They sign a lower end deal, get a settlement, they are clean and clear.
It's crazy too that they still have Tua in situations where he's running. Like, he's running. Yeah. Like, what? He should be treated like mostly Aaron Rodgers right now, Kirk Cousins right now, like Brett Favre at the end of his career. I know he's way younger and he can move, but every time he gets hurt, it's more and more like he's going to have CTE at this point. Like, you can't let the guy run. If you're going to pay him all that money for him to survive, that's on Mike McDaniel. You got to say, okay, you can't run. If you don't have anything and there's a rush, you got to either lay down or just get out of the way and throw it out of bounds.
But if you're
that's the situation the Dolphins have put themselves in.
But also, if you're Mike McDaniel, you shouldn't put him in those situations to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole mess.
It's just it's a mess. I don't know.
He doesn't know how to coach any other way as well. So it's
I'm not saying this is McDaniel's fault. This is the Dolphins' fault. I'm not saying it's any of their fault per se. But now that you're in the situation, Mike McDaniel's like, yo, you have he made that comment of you have to be the quarterback of your family. Like, if he means that, and I believe he does, I think Mike McDaniel seems a more personal and more caring coach than some. That could be a persona, but I would like to believe he says what he means what he says.
But you have to adjust to the situation. Yeah.
Yep. But if I'm him and I care about this guy, I'm like, yo, you're out. Like, whatever.
Exactly.
I'm done. You can't do this. You can't do this.
And that's where it comes back to, like, when you talk about the big contract and you go back and you say, you know what? This is probably not the best idea for you, like, health-wise in your future. And that's why the situation's so messed up. Over under how many games does he play this year? 8?
He's already played in 3, 2.
He's already out 4. He's already played 2.
He's played 2. He's out 4. That's 6. You have another 10 to go. Hard to see he plays in half of those.
That's what I'm saying. It's great. And, like, the game, too, when he gets hurt.
Yeah.
They're down, like, 20. Like, they're down 20. It's like, live another day. And they just –
literally.
I think they've handled the complete thing wrong. And I think by the end of the year, if you get a concussion or something, you're on the hook for God knows how much money. And I mean, that's franchise crippling. That's like 100%. The Denver Broncos.
Which is why I think they'll end up having.
But worse.
But okay, before we move on, because we don't want to spend too much time on just Tua. If he gets cleared, say he gets cleared by a doctor and a neuroscientist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing him? You have to. But, like, knowing he shouldn't be playing. Probably.
No, they are.
They are. They have.
That's the problem. They are. Like 100% are.
He should just retire, though. He should just
because they don't have another option to win. Like, who's the quarterback now?
Skylar Thompson.
Right. So, like,
right. So who's the quarterback now? Yeah.
And that's the point. They're going to do that because I feel like you have to at that point. Touchdown Jets.
Who? To who?
I think Lazard.
That's gross. I had a parlay with him as Lazard as a touchdown scorer. I hate that. I took it out. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation.
It's a mess.
Early.
I think it derails the Dolphins season. It already looked like it could be a potential shit show with.
But if they get another quarterback in, could they trade for Jameis Winston? That could save their season. A Joe Flacco, like.
You think that can save their season, though?
You have that offense. You're around Waddle, Tyreek, Achane. That's not a poor offense.
Yeah, but it's like a specific offense, too. That's the weird thing.
Give me a Joe Flacco. Flacco could lead that team to the playoffs 1,000%.
Though that's another issue, like with the Dolphins. You got a guy who's always hurt at quarterback, but you can't really run the offense with the other guy. Like, you can't. It's just like...
Yeah. All right, let's go to.
They're not making the playoffs, by the way. I'll end on
not now. No, I don't think they are
not
now. Okay, let's stay in the AFC, but let's move over to the North. The bloodbath that is the AFC North.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
My favorite is still the Steelers.
That was your favorite beforehand.
It's still the Steelers. I know.
Really?
Yeah, I love the Steelers. Hey, TJ Watt's my boy. All right.
Yeah, no, their defense
we grew up together. We're boys. I want my boy to win well. To win, I have him as Defensive Player of the Year this year. I have a bet on it with him and Saquon as Offensive Player of the Year. That's looking real good right now.
Wow. Yes, but
yes.
Saquon.
Aiden Hutchinson, also my boy, right over here, making a name for himself. 5.5 sacks.
He looks pretty good. He might be the guy who wins Defensive Player of the Year.
And, and if he does. I have a parlay with him and CeeDee Lamb to be Offensive Player of the Year. So look, I'm not hating. I'm not hating out here. But so to me, the Steelers are not a surprise. I figured whoever they rolled out at quarterback, their defense would carry them. No one was going to think Russell or Fields was going to light the team on fire. I was hoping for a little more offense, personally, but
it's the thing with the Steelers. I'm not surprised that they're 2-0. It's a weird because their defense is legit, and they have the best pass rusher in the NFL, in my opinion, and probably yours. But Justin Fields is weirdly a really good fit for them.
It's weird. It's weird.
Really weird. It's really weird. Like he's still not good. You watch him play; he's still not good. But, like, he's good enough to run a couple times, hit a couple screens. He's got George Pickens out wide. He's really good.
They got Najee and Jalen in the backfield who can make some noise.
Right, you hit him for 20.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're in field goal range. You get a field goal. And that's really all he's done, and that's all they've needed. If he scores one touchdown a game, like, they're in a good place to win a football game, which is crazy.
Which is that's like to think of.
But that's like what Justin Fields needed in Chicago the last, like.
So it's funny. I see Fields. I always thought Fields' is like top-notch play was Seattle Russell Wilson. I always thought that. That's what he could be. He could be that. Russell's not that guy anymore. Now they're literally just the same person, the same type of quarterback, just like 10 years separated. It's really weird. And
the question with that is, does Russell get the job back?
No.
I think he does. I think he does at some point. There's going to be a point in the season where they're like, okay, like if he's fully healthy and they lose a couple games, which I think they probably will, and Justin Fields is going to be bad, then they're going to do the flip-flop. And they might do the flip-flop again. It might just be a...
Snip, snap, snip, snap. Yeah. Snip, snap. You said you didn't want to have kids, so I got a vasectomy. You said you did want to have kids, and I got snip back. Snip, snap, snip, snap. If you know, you know. But would you rather take Justin Fields rushing upside or the passing upside of Russell Wilson? Fields is the better runner. Wilson's the better passer. For that offense,
Probably, I'm still probably going with Russell.
if Fields' throwing wasn't so far behind Russell, I think I would take a little less of a passer.
Just because I think like George Pickens is really, really, really good.
I agree.
So that's why I'm on the Russell train on that. So
are they your biggest surprise? Or is it the Ravens, which I don't really think they are? They're 1-1.
In the AFC North, my biggest surprise
sorry,
is
they're 0-2. Sorry, the Ravens are 0-2.
For me, it's the Ravens. But them being 0-2 stuns me. It really does. And I know they played the Chiefs,
the Raiders.
But the Raiders, that's an inexcusable loss.
They
probably should have beat the Chiefs, though.
That was a good game. So I was like, all right, they lose that, but it wasn't. They didn't get blown out. They didn't get their ass kicked. That was a quality game. No problem there.
And that's a team, though, that's really good in the beginning of the season always. They usually tail off at the end, and they're usually really good at starting. So it surprises me. Now they play Dallas this week.
But Dallas just got rolled by New Orleans. So it's
both teams are kind of.
I would probably take Baltimore. I don't know, but man, it's tough. Baltimore's probably the biggest surprise at 0-2. Cincy and Cleveland are both just kind of there. Pittsburgh was generally picked last. Well, either of them or Cleveland, but it's tough, man. I would probably go Baltimore.
I still think they win the division.
I don't.
I do. I really do. I mean, the Browns, I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot enough.
Yeah, the Browns have Deshaun Watson at quarterback. That guy sucks. I
think they can make the playoffs still, as bad as that might sound. I don't know.
I can still see three of them making the playoffs. I don't think the Browns. I could see the Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens sneaking in all together.
Dude, I'm out on the Bengals. I'm out. So if you want something, there you go. I'm out. There's just too much bullshit going on in that team.
And there always seems to be something, whether it's Jamar and T, then it was Burrow's contract, then Burrow was hurt, and it's like it's always something.
The Jamar Chase thing is so toxic to this point.
But then they go and play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they look okay. They almost
won.
Yeah, they should have won. They were the Bengals put themselves in position to be winning the game. Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things.
But you see, like, Jamar Chase freaking out. He's turned into like a diva. He really has.
But if anyone is going to manage that, it is his college quarterback and his best friend.
Well, he's not doing very well at it.
Maybe Burrow's upset too. Like, maybe it's his play call. Maybe it's Zach Taylor.
Well, you can't do that. Like, that's not.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, maybe, like, they have talent. They went to the Super Bowl with pretty much this core, with with a worse offensive line. Like,
yeah,
they have maybe it is Zach Taylor. Maybe it's the words are getting stale. The voice is getting redundant.
That's possible, but
like, it could be. It's probably both. To be honest, it's a little bit of both.
I mean, they're going to need a full culture change at one point. So maybe the coach, but it sucks that it's going to be down to the coach because it gets to a point where this was a team that loaded up on top picks. And then eventually when you make the Super Bowl and they don't win it, which I think is a huge missed opportunity. It just is. Whenever you don't win the Super Bowl.
Even if you go, you rather not go.
I disagree in my standing, but I would say in their situation, you get the chance, and then now you got to pay everyone. And I don't think they should have paid like T. Higgins. Like
they haven't, have they? I don't think they have.
No, they gave him the franchise tag, I believe. But
yes,
like I don't think you pay him.
No, but they drafted his replacement in Burton, so they let Boyd walk.
Yes.
They have to pay Chase. They paid Burrow. They have to pay Chase. Everyone else, I feel, is
I think they
can
should have,
let
in my opinion, they should have just traded Higgins, got that money off the books, and then gave it all to Chase,
for the Packers.
like all the other teams do, and you can figure it out from there.
I wish Green Bay would have said, I'll give you Christian Watson, you give us T. Higgins. I would have loved it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think anybody would have loved it.
I think Packer fan would have liked that.
Yeah, I think anybody would have loved that.
All right, to a team that I used to love, the Houston Texans, and that division.
Used to love.
Yeah, well, because I was
They're
a big
fun
JJ
now.
Watt, because I was a big JJ Watt guy when he was there. I'm a Watt family lover. Okay,
It's true.
Obviously,
I am too. I get
like,
it. But now
from Wisconsin. But like when TJ and I were both in the same year, we'd work out together. JJ
Now's
was
the
kind of
time,
there, so it was like before TJ was there, it was JJ. But now they have a fucking Ohio State Buckeye at quarterback, which is
How did I know that was coming?
0-2 against Michigan. So
now it makes
fine
sense.
by me. Fine by me. I like CJ Stroud, the NFL football player. Hate CJ Stroud.
The topic.
You're right. My bad. That's not me.
Okay. No, I get that.
Yeah.
The CJ Stroud thing, but man,
whatever.
That
Are they going to win? Are they going to win the division? That's the question. I don't give a fuck about the Colts or the Jags or the Titans. They all suck or are very mediocre.
Yes, they're going to win it by week
11.
Well, it might be done and dusted by like week 5, but like clinching wise, I genuinely think it'll be like 3 weeks early. I think the division. I love the Jacksonville Jaguars.
What?
Okay,
Why?
so I'm really high on Trevor Lawrence, and he's made me just eat my words because it's not worked out the first 2 weeks. I love Trevor Lawrence. I love Travis Etienne. I think they have a good defense, but now the offense, it just seems like it's always something that goes wrong with Jacksonville. And I thought they were the only competition in the division to Houston in the start. And they are just not on the same level right now. It is just not on the same level. I don't think they can catch up to that. My bold take before the year was Jacksonville could be one of the top teams in the AFC.
Yikes.
Not like they were going to the Super Bowl, but I thought they would have a great regular season record. It's just not worked.
I don't.
Just not worked.
I thought it was going to be the Colts, personally.
That was everyone's idea.
But then I saw Anthony Richardson just chuck the ball 500 style. And I'm like, okay, well, we can't win games doing that. This isn't NCAA 25.
Yes.
But so that made me not hopeful. And I'm like, all right, it's probably the Jags then. But then I kind of watched them and I'm like, no, you guys kind of suck sometimes.
They're still the Jags. They're just still the Jags.
Like, you guys still aren't really that good. What's up, Farachi? That I do have a high quality. That's right. Not like your cameras, but same shit. Same shit. Yeah, it's if Houston doesn't win it, something happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Stroud would have had to literally got hurt or something.
Like die. Right.
They are very loaded. So my take is I think I like the Texans to make a deep run this year. Personally, just because I really think CJ Stroud is that guy. What's a deep run to you? What's a deep run to the AFC Championship or to the divisional round? Winning a playoff game, is that a deep run for you? No, deep run is definitely making the AFC title game. Okay, they have to win 2 games. Yeah, I think so. I mean, divisional, it depends on the team. Like if you're in the divisional round and you weren't supposed to even make the playoffs and you won a playoff game and got to the divisional round, that's a pretty deep run. But like the Packers. Last year. Probably yes, like them. Yes, last year. Yes, I would that. Yeah. The Texans aren't that though. The Texans because they're better. They're in a much better spot. Yeah, and they have weapons everywhere. I'm not a Joe Mixon guy, but they have weapons at wide receiver like nobody's business. Basically, their best wide receiver is a Michigan player. That's true. One thing that's going to hold them back is they have, as a Viking fan, they have too many Viking players. They have too many Viking players, and the Viking players don't do things like that. Daniil Hunter, Stephon Diggs, they have a corner, Chris Boyd. There's too many. And Cam Akers, he's on the team now.
Oh, he is.
They have too many Vikings.
Let's not act like Cam Akers is a Viking player. He got signed last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he blew his Achilles out. That's pretty Viking.
That's a Kirk Cousins. That's true.
Pretty Viking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just, in Diggs, he seems like he's cooled out because he did it when he was in Buffalo as well in the start. Seems like he's cooled out. He's mellowed. I like this. Yeah, we're winning. I got to another really good team. And it just didn't work. I just think CJ Stroud is, I think he's top, another bold take maybe. I think he's like top 5, if not top 3. That's bold.
I mean, I could see the argument because you're going to do Allen and Mahomes.
I got him. I love Josh Allen.
You're not putting him above Josh Allen. That's absurd. That is so absurd.
I get what you're saying, but to me, Josh Allen always is going to make the turnover when he.
Yeah, but he's going to have 4 touchdowns before that. It's going to be 28-17.
My jury is still out on Josh Allen being a top quarterback, other than in fantasy.
He's not.
Other than in fantasy.
I disagree. It's Josh Allen. He all he gets is he just has to run into the buzzsaw that is the fucking
Patriots.
The one guy who could be rivaling Tom Brady in 10 years. The one guy. Oh my God, the one guy. That's who he's running into. Wow, that doesn't make him Does that make Drew Brees a bad quarterback when he kept losing to Peyton and all them and couldn't get past that or win?
No, it doesn't. No, it's true. I just think he's had situations where I feel like he could have done a little more. That's all. And maybe the turnover at times, I don't know.
Yeah.
But back to that, yeah, I just think the Texans are loaded. They have a great 2-0 game this week with the Minnesota Vikings, so that should be fun. I like Texans.
I'm not saying you don't like Texans. I'm just saying that's. Wait, Minnesota's dogs. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's get to the other division in the AFC. My second favorite team in the NFL. I have become a Chargers fan because my former ball coach has gone out to the land of Los Angeles, where he has dominated before, I would like to say, but in a different city. Can the Chargers fight for that division title? Can they?
Yeah, I think
that run game ain't.
I think they can. I think they can the way they play. It's just like defense. It's the hardball. It's the run the ball. J.K. Dobbins all of a sudden looks like he's
the J.K. Dobbins we all thought he would be, right?
Yeah, he's just all of a sudden a really good running back, and now it works with Harbaugh. It just makes sense. Yep. I mean,
it absolutely does. It's Michigan football on the West Coast.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, are they going to go beat the Chiefs? Like, probably not. I don't think
this year. Probably not this year.
But I'm still like with the Chiefs. I'm still like they're in the regular season. I feel like sometimes they're in coast mode. They are good.
I've said they are like the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Don't really give a fuck about regular season. We'll get to the playoffs and we'll fucking go. We're fine.
Right. They will.
All right. And they will, and they do, and that's exactly what they do.
It's crazy, and I usually don't believe like that stuff like works.
Right.
But with them, it's just so proven at this point. I mean, you can't bet against them even to not win the Super Bowl at this point. You can't. I don't think you can. Maybe you can. I can't.
No, I can't. I won't.
Yeah. I'm not doing it.
I won't.
Not a chance.
So they have a chance, but I think they're 1 year. They're going to get their stuff ingrained. They're going to add a couple more pieces. Joe Alt looks legit. Then I think they're really going to battle next year. Finally, Herbert is going to have some continuity with his coach and a guy that believes in him. Because if Harbaugh didn't believe in him, he would not have taken that job.
Well, let's just think about the Chargers going forward, too. Just the fact of the coach not doing just ridiculous decisions.
The Chargers have always
Like-
been in positions to win football games,
Yes.
and then you have Brandon Staley just fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So, like,
Crazy.
you're putting now Justin Herbert in the best situation to win,
Right.
literally based on the fact that this guy's not going to go for it on 4th and 14 when you're up 7 at like the 35. He might punt it deep and rely on his defense and win the game. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
because they always had a Bosa, they always had Khalil Mack, and it's like, your defense is good, sir. Just let the defense play ball. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's a huge culture change for them. I think it's
Which is
gonna
really
work.
what they needed. That's
They
all
do.
needed.
And it's gonna work in the future, I think, more.
Yep.
They could be in the playoffs, though. They could. I think they could.
I think they're in.
Because it's just a different style that everyone really in the NFL isn't used to at this point. And they
Right.
will beat people up. So I'm a fan. And the
I
other
like
teams in that division, the Raiders, I think, are fool's gold if you think they're any good.
No, I don't. We don't got to touch on them.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll move on.
Same
Well,
with
we
the
really
Broncos.
don't have to talk yet about the Broncos. I'll get to the Broncos.
Yeah, we'll
later.
get there. I got that. But
I'm excited.
So we can go to the NFC.
Excited for Sean Payton.
The NFC. Let's start with. Well, let's start on one close. Go to the other. East side. Eagles and the Cowboys.
Hmm.
Do they both suck? Are they both good? I don't know. Eagles. What are they doing?
I don't know.
What are they doing on Monday?
I'm in the same boat as like with the Chargers. Brandon
Get out of the
Staley
way.
was pretty stupid. Nick Sirianni's not that stupid,
No.
but I think Nick Sirianni holds the team back. I really do. I think he is a proper asshole.
Idiot. Yeah.
An idiot. And like he just
I think they're priming Kellen Moore to take over.
Yeah, I mean that would make the most sense. I with the Eagles, I can't get behind them just because the coach and then Jalen Hurts is so up and down. Like Jalen Hurts has like different sides of him or something.
I told Kyle, you are drastically underestimating the impact that Kelsey had on dictating what was going on for the offense. Drastically underestimating. I don't care that Cam Jurgens is coming in. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but Kelsey is like a 12, 11, 10-year vet. And that, as it recently came out a couple weeks ago, Kelsey almost handled all of protections. That is a full part of the game that Hurts has not had to worry about. I'm not saying it's hurt them yet.
No. Well,
I'm not saying fully. I'm not saying I can.
First push that didn't work was week 1 against Green Bay.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can't say it only being 2 weeks that. First off, I'm sick of seeing Philly on like primetime football. Can I just like Friday and Monday night? Like fuck you, man. Just give me the game.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Like
my thing with that their whole team goes on what Jalen Hurts goes. Jalen Hurts needs to start running again. I don't care if that like makes him last less in the league. You gotta use your feet because that's what you did when you were really good.
Yeah.
The team is not the same with you not doing that.
And yeah, you don't need a play call for that to happen. You just need to scramble and make the call and go. So
and he started doing that Monday night, but then at the end, what does he do? He makes a just awful pass. Like he's not a top passer in this league. He's not. So don't try to be it. You're good at the short intermediate stuff. Just do that or just use your legs.
Yeah, I don't.
You're a Lamar Jackson type, but like a tier lower.
If Saquon catches that ball, I don't know if he's getting the first down. It'd be very close. But why are you passing on that? Why are you giving them that extra 40-some seconds? Why?
Because that's Nick Sirianni. That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I understand you were going to take the points anyway. Because honestly, you should just ran it twice. Even if it becomes Hey, it's 3rd and 2. You run it. All right, it's 4th and inches. All right, we're going back to fucking tush push. This game's over.
So
Like,
what I think is going to happen here, also to add, not even just Jalen Hurts here, that defense is Swiss cheese. They don't have the same pass rushers that they used to. Vic Fangio is the DC. I'm almost positive there.
He is.
And he sits in such a shell. Like, shell is like the new thing. But he always has, but he does just so bland, shell defense, nothing else. He doesn't get after the quarterback. Kirk Cousins couldn't even move, but he's competent enough to throw the ball to open guys. If you go in a prevent, they scored in like 40 seconds. Vic Fangio, Nick Sirianni, they're all going to get fired at the end of the year when they don't make the playoffs. That's my take on that.
Wow.
That's my take. I think their defense is not going to step up enough, and Hurts is not going to be able to just go outscore teams. They should have probably lost week 1 against Green Bay. Green Bay gave up too many points. And Barkley won the game for him because he just ran all over.
And it was still a close game. It's not even like
every week. I think Saquon's great,
yeah,
but you are not going to get that every week from Saquon. It's not going to happen. And what if he gets hurt?
Don't say that. I got money on
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's talk more about the worst case down in the south of the NFC. Bryce Young is fucking dog shit.
Okay, stop there. Stop there. Is this a organizational coaching issue, or is you're just dead set on if he went to another team right now, he would still be dog shit?
He needs time to be. He has been so rattled because what was he good at coming out of college? He didn't have a massive arm. He was good at short throws. He was an accurate quarterback. These motherfuckers are wide open at times, and he just misses them. That is not a coaching thing. Like, he just has no confidence. I don't know why. He's been given the keys pretty much from day one.
Well, that's the point. I mean, he shouldn't have been.
Fair, but him not having confidence, hey, the franchise is giving you the keys. Why are you not confident in yourself? You come from Alabama, who also pumped out wins. Like, what are you doing? And he just, I don't think he becomes a starter again for the Panthers unless in injury time, not based on we're benching Andy Dalton.
I have a different take on it. I just think I think he's going to be a good quarterback? I don't know, and I think he needs to be somewhere else. But I think he was mismanaged from the start. So when you mismanage a guy, and I believe they changed coaches, right? One the first year, the next.
Yep.
Yeah, so that doesn't help either. So he's had no continuity with that. And when you're a young quarterback, I don't even think it's about the skills. If you're a top pick, you have the skills. But mentally, like reading a defense, like you could see not everything's triggering with him. Like he's not 1-2 ball out. There's never any of that. And I think it's just he needs to learn what the hell he's doing. Like imagine Mel Kiper said it the other day. They played him for one series in the preseason.
He's not good enough to do that.
No, that's insane. But that's
even more so with coming in with a new offense, with a new head coach.
It's literally nuts. He
should have gotten a full game's worth over the 3 games.
1-1-2
or one a little bit, one a little bit, whatever. I have a take for you. Bryce Young is Josh Rosen.
Okay.
Josh Rosen 2.0.
I mean, yeah, but it's worse if he's that because he was the top pick. I think Rosen was 10. I think it could have turned out worse for Bryce Young.
But kudos to the Cardinals for saying, "Yo, we fucked this one up. We're drafting Kyler." And that's
100%. And I think
they need to do that next year. They need to draft.
I think
they have their pick.
But that's what I'm saying.
Just don't pick Shedeur Sanders.
They would. But he's going to get another chance in the back half of the season. I guarantee it. Because Dalton might win a couple games. Andy Dalton might win a couple games. but they're going to, as a friend, and that's another messed up organization. They're eventually going to be like, we need to see if this kid's worth it, because if we have 2 wins in going into December, they're looking at another top pick, and they're like, we need to know if this kid's good and if it's going to work. And
if they thought that, they're not benching him 2 games into the season. If the coaching staff had any confidence in him, they don't bench him. You do this in 6 or 7 games, not 2. They do not have faith in him.
Coaching staff is they're basically trying to save their ass, because
there is no way they took this job and Tepper said their owner said you have to keep this quarterback. They had to have known they had the option come this next offseason. If they're bad enough, they're not going to get canned, and they can draft whoever the fuck they want.
See, there's
no way they take this shitty of a job without that kind of promise.
But you do for money.
And I'll go fucking coach.
I'm just thinking.
I'll coach them for that money, I guess.
They are afraid. I think they're afraid that if they do go 1-16, I mean, the looks of it, they might not win a game the way they were going with Bryce Young. So it's like, if we do that, we're going to lose our job. And let's just put a stop to this and see if we can just right the ship. So if we have to move off Bryce Young, at least we're still in the job. That's what I think they're thinking. But this
is year 1. I don't think their owner is going to say, "Hey, you guys are canned if you guys suck really bad." You have at least 2 years, maybe. But you should. But just quickly to move on off this division, I want to take your pick. Long-term sustained success. There's been 2 good teams, the Saints and the Bucks. Who are you taking for the year? One of them has to win the division, because I don't think it's the Falcons at this point. It could be. They haven't looked awful. These 2 have looked better.
So I'll fight you to death on it not being.
That's fine. I'm okay with it being not. So if you had to pick the Saints or the Bucks, quickly, who are you picking?
So this might be different. I'm going to take
for the year.
I'm going to take the Saints.
I'm the same way. That's weird.
I think better defense. I think more of a home field advantage if it comes down to it. Alvin Kamara is not done yet. Derek Carr, not that I like him, but he's fitting in the offense. I mean, he's comfortable now. He's with I think he's with Clint Kubiak at OC, so it's just working out for him.
Yeah,
I like the Saints. Baker Mayfield, I love the story. I like him. I hope they both make the playoffs, but I think when it comes down to it, I'll take the Saints. I didn't see myself saying that before the season, but
I was on the Saints last year, and then they sucked. This year, I was just early. I was
you were early.
Yeah. I was just giving a forewarning, like, hey, guess what? Shit, I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. I was just 1 year off, so I agree. Give me the Saints. But before we move to the north, because we're both northern residents of our teams, let's go to where you actually live with Arizona.
Yes.
Are they? You, I believe,
they are for real.
Okay, I was going to say, I believe
they're for real.
They're okay.
Kyler Murray is fully healthy.
Yep.
Kyler Murray is fully healthy. He's running around again. He's doing everything he did when they used to be good.
Okay.
And they got Marvin Harrison Jr. now.
Stud.
Yes, stud. Absolute stud. They have just enough. The defense ain't great, isn't great, not going to be good, but they might score 30 points plus a game. And that's a scary team just to make it to the playoffs. I think they can just make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
Out west, they're going to outscore Seattle. They're going to outscore. They just did it to the Rams by a lot.
Yeah. So that's at this point, it's their division to lose. The Rams and their injuries, I don't think they were.
I'm still taking the Niners.
Sorry, I forgot the Niners.
You forgot.
My fault. I forgot the Niners. My bad. Yeah. But I don't see 49ers sweeping that. I could see them going 1-1.
Yeah, they have too many injuries already.
Yeah, but Jordan Mason is slotting just fine into McCaffrey.
Debo's out 2 weeks.
Who?
Debo.
Yeah, Debo sucks.
Ooh.
Ayuk is better. Ricky Purcell's got shot and is going to come back. He'll be fine.
Not a guy who got shot.
Ricky Purcell got shot.
I know he did, but I said not a guy who's going to save
Yeah.
them.
Maybe he had to save his own life to save the team.
It's like Brian Robinson.
I know. It's great. It's not great. It's not great.
It's not great. It's bad.
But yeah, I don't know. Purdy's he's fine. He's Brock Purdy. I think.
Well, let me tell you this. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy against NFC teams in his career so far, which is why I can't pick against the Niners. I still think they'll probably be great somehow, some way. Brock Purdy is 14-2 against NFC teams in his career, and the only 2 losses are to the Vikings. So against everybody, that's a true stat.
That's a statistical fact for you, by the way. Statistical fact. Right.
And against everyone else, he is 14-0. So for me, I'm thinking in my thoughts, like I wouldn't pick against him either. It's kind of like the Chiefs.
See, their luck has to run out. The Chiefs seemingly has not ran out of luck ever. I think the 49ers are on the cusp of running out of luck. All the bullshit in the offseason, their guy getting shot. People are going to start saying, is Brock for real? Or Christian McCaffrey sucks. That's why we need to get rid of Christian. Just give the ball to Jordan Mason. Blah, blah, blah. That too much noise is coming out of there. And I don't know what's going to happen. They shouldn't even have beaten the Packers last year. Full disclosure.
No, I don't. They shouldn't. That's correct. Yeah.
But they got lucky. I think their luck runs out. I don't think they make it past week 1 of the playoffs this year.
No, I could see that, but I still think they're winning the division.
Fair. They're still.
We're a long way out for that. I hope you save on to that take if they play like the Saints in the first round. I hope you take the Saints. I hope you just live with
Hold me to it. Hold my feet to the fire.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed.
Yeah, I hope so. It'll be like a random wild card team, and then you're gonna have to be stuck with them.
It's gonna be like the Commanders sneak in at 7-9 or something.
Or something.
You gotta pick them. You gotta pick them.
You gotta pick them.
I'm like, my God, this sucks.
And then it'll just screen grab this.
Right. Speaking of sucks, the NFC North and the Minnesota Vikings.
This is a good topic for me right now.
This is a great topic for you.
I feel real nice.
Yeah. For the people that don't know, everyone knows Kyle and Tyler were Eagles fans together. Now we have Keith. Keith is a Vikings fan. Not sure if that's better. I can pull up the receipts. He was willing to punt on the season.
Yes, I was.
Once JJ McCarthy, my boy, went down.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's go to 2025, baby. Let's go. 2025.
Well, let me just...
Sam Darnold said, hold up. I got ice in my veins. Don't forget who I am.
But let me explain that. So
now we're in the NFC North. What do you got?
I still, if, again, 2-0 is not, a sure thing here. No. But I like where it's headed to the point where I'm still not thinking, they need to win and go to the NFC Championship and, I don't care. If you make the playoffs and you lose the first round, I'm fine with it too because it's just a cultural thing, I feel like, at this point.
I think you're going to be happy if they even are, come December, in contention for a wild card spot.
It's one field goal. One field.
What? Okay, perfect. You are going to be very happy if they end up at 8-9. If they're in the last 3-4 games, they are battling for. Yeah. Probably. I mean, realistically, the NFC North is going to kind of beat each other up. So realistically, they could still be in the division title shot 4 weeks out. It would be
entertaining at that point. But I'm just so in my head, it's I don't care what Sam Darnold is.
Yep.
And people will say this is stupid because if he plays amazing and he keeps doing what he's doing, but they are not going to re-sign him. That is not happening. That is not the plan.
Nor should they.
No, and that they're not. They're sticking to the plan, and the plan is really the plan. No matter how good they turn out this year, it doesn't matter. They still have a top 10 cap space next year. They're still prepping to get to next year.
I could see. I could see him coming back. I could see him if they said, "Hey, this is the plan. We don't know if JJ's going to be fully healthy. We want you to sit." Maybe they
He
make
didn't
him the
break
highest
his
paid backup.
leg. He tore his meniscus. He'll be back. He can do football activities in like January.
I know that. Hey, as a former stud athlete, okay,
Yeah.
I tore my meniscus multiple times. I now have a cadaver meniscus. I did it so many
You
times.
and JJ McCarthy are just like
We are twins, real life twins. Okay, but I could see them making Darnold the highest paid backup. That, like you said, they have the money, and say, "Hey, we want you to be here. You did a lot for us. You could still help us. Maybe he's not getting it right. Maybe they do like the handoff. Hey, you start the first couple weeks, see how it goes, then we go to JJ. Or, hey, we want you to re-sign as the backup. We'll make you the highest paid backup. You stick around in Minnesota. We know we're good." Like how when Case Keenum kind of was like, "Yo, Case Keenum's probably a capable starter, but he'd rather be like a capable backup on a better team," which is where he is now with Houston, Buffalo.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Yeah, but the same kind of deal. Like,
Yes.
like
So
he could probably go to a shitty team and be a starter, or be the highest paid
Case
backup.
Keenum tried, by the way.
What?
He tried that, Case Keenum.
I know, and he was like, "No, this doesn't work well."
It was a disaster.
Yes, but Darnold did that too.
Yeah, so the only way I see Darnold potentially coming back and doing exactly what you said, or like having Darnold start the first few games, because JJ didn't get all the reps in practice last year and stuff like that. The only way I would see that, they give him the franchise tag. They give him a franchise tag, one year type thing. I don't know how much that would even be. I think it depends on his performance. I have no idea, but I just don't see there any path, because they want to build up the defense, which they've already taken Kirk's money and built a really good like core of linebackers. They've built it up a little bit, but there's a lot more work to do defensively. So I'm just in my head, I don't think there's a path for it, because I mean they've committed to this quarterback, JJ McCarthy, and I love it. They love it.
Now I'm looking at, this is from 2022. The highest paid backup was Jimmy G at $7 million.
That's correct. I mean, the point is, Darnold, if he wanted to be a backup, there's no way, because he's making 10 right now.
I know, but what if you said, "Hey, we'll give you a 2-year, $10 million deal, $5 million a year"?
Like, for him, would it be smart? Yeah, probably. But like, I think this is his Baker moment in a sense. If he does continue to play well, Baker obviously stayed at the same team because they didn't have a plan, like with quarterback after Brady, really.
Yep.
So he stays with the same team. It's worked out. It's awesome. Good for him. But Darnold doesn't have that because they invested a top 10 pick in a quarterback the year before. And he knows that. And I think he ends up somewhere else for substantially more than he's making now if he has a good season. If Darnold wins 8 games, he will get substantially more. I think
the Raiders.
Right, like something like that. And will it work? Probably not. Or
Seattle.
But for Darnold, in career length, Darnold will make money, and it'll be like, you know what? He wasn't very good in the end, but he was in the league till he was in the league 10, 12 years, like he could potentially say that. And I think that's what he's trying to do here.
Do you know how old he is? I do.
Oh God. See, that's the thing. I barely even look up Darnold's age because I know he's not being here long. I'm going to say he's 27.
He is 27. He's 27.
Wow, he's got that 27-year-old look.
Because he also came to the league when he was 20. Like, he was super young. He could go have a Jared Goff moment. Everyone wrote Jared Goff off when he went to Detroit. Oh, that Stafford's so much better. Blah, blah, blah. Well, he came in, and now it's like, I'd probably rather have Goff. Darnold could do that.
I agree.
The Raiders could be like, "Yo, we'll give you 3 years, $35 million, $40 million."
But I could see that happening.
Shut up, Corey. We don't congratulate that bullshit.
What? Thank you. I appreciate that.
We don't talk about that shit.
Hold on.
Stupid. No, not hold on. You have a Colton Wong jersey on. I'm not holding on. I'm not listening to this bullshit Brewers fan. Oh my god.
I'm saving it still. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Okay. Packers. Fun fact. Okay, fun fact. Oh, Corey, if you didn't know, Corey Sparks loves Gardner Minshew. So here we go. We'll give you your Gardner Minshew moment. Fun fact, Gardner Minshew is the only QB to throw 250 yards in each of the first 2 weeks.
Should I bet his over in passing yards this week? Is that like a thing?
It is if your name is Corey.
I mean, if he's got a stat like that,
you need to go scroll through our chat logs because he has plenty of stats like that.
Tbone, you keep talking and I'll find his over under this week.
Yeah, you do that. Let's talk. I'm gonna transition us away from the NFC North because the Packers. Malik Willis looked good, but it was against the Colts. I hope they leave Jordan Love out for another week, even though he seems to be on track that he could play. Let Malik Willis go show out against the Tennessee Titans and try to lead the team to them. I hope they leave Malik Willis, kind of give him a little revenge game, and then let Jordan Love come back. I don't really care what happens until I see Jordan Love again. I'm glad they won a game. That's nice. Let's see with Corey. But we'll move away. We've talked a fuck ton of NFL. We still got to get some college. We'll rapid fire.
218.5 is Gardner's over under for passing yards. That might be a little high, but he is playing the Panthers.
Panther game stinks.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Exactly. He gets it. So yeah, that's kind of the NFC.
What you saying about the Packers? Yeah, that's pretty much the.
Like Malik Willis, I'm glad. Hey, he did enough to win. I hope he gets to play against his old team, the Titans, in Week 3. Don't rush Jordan Love back. Even if they lose and he comes back next week, whatever. The Packers' season doesn't start until Jordan Love gets healthy again. It seems to be earlier than people thought, which is good. But whatever. I'm not concerned until he comes back. So for now,
we'll
play
pause
on that.
I think if he sits out this week, I think the Packers are doing it the right way.
100%.
And what LaFleur did the last game was genius. I knew he was going to have something like that. I was on the Packers. You know me. Big Packer guy. I was hammering them, hammer. Of
course. Okay, before we get off NFL, we got 2 things to cover. We're already an hour in. Jesus, we've talked only NFL. We still have college.
I was afraid of that.
But we're very concise, okay? Because we're not going to talk about each division like we are.
We're going to be coming at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hour and a half, hour 45. Who cares? We're just talking. Rookie quarterbacks this year, they all suck.
Yeah,
Bo Nix, dog shit. Caleb Williams, bigger dog shit. Like the best player, JJ McCarthy, because he's not playing.
Yeah, and he's got as many touchdowns as the rest of them right now.
Drake May, not even playing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be happening soon, though.
Probably. Jacoby Brissett not going to be started for long. But, yeah, rookie of the year.
I'm going to say
rookie of the year. Instead of the quarterbacks, tell me rookie of the year.
Malik Neighbors.
Oh, see, I have something even wilder. And this is not my take. I heard it from a thing on TikTok. Joe Alt.
Okay. I mean,
if he solidifies himself as a top 5 right tackle, is his rookie year? That's not. That's not worth a look.
It should. I'm looking at the odds just because I'm like.
Yeah, what are the odds?
I don't even know. Do they even put off that's messed up? But do they even put offensive linemen on there? I don't think they do. I'll find it.
DraftKings rookie of year NFL.
Go all plus 7,500. Well, the problem
I would throw a 20 on her. I would throw 20 on that.
Malik Neighbors is my pick. He's 4th. The problem is Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably.
It's one of those two. It's got to be one of those two. Unless Jane Daniels, no passing, but Jane Daniels has looked the best out of all of them.
I agree. I have one bold take of a turnaround. I think Bo Nix is going to turn it around. I hate Sean Payton, I hate him, but I think he's going to turn it around.
Really?
Yeah.
Brock Bowers. I like Brock Bowers. I don't hate that. I think it's one of the wide receivers. Just is Kyler going to throw the ball enough to Marvin, or is he going to just run the offense as he should? If he just if he catches the other 4 targets he has last game, that guy probably has 8 catches for $180, $170, and 2 touchdowns. That's a wild stat line for week 2.
It is.
So is Marvin the favorite right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I like it too. I mean, you can't go against it.
There's your rookie talk. So let's what is your game of the week? What is it?
I'm going to say
winning? Or 2 games, 1 or 2 games.
I'm going to say mine is Ravens Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Ravens Cowboys is first. I'm going to take the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens go 0-3. I think you're perfectly fine still if you're Dallas at 1. You're not, but you are. At 1-2, you're not looking good, but I don't think there's any world where I'm already shocked they're 0-2. And I don't think they're going to be 0-3. I don't think the Cowboys defense is as hyped up as it is, as you might have seen last week. Mike Zimmer is the defensive coordinator there now.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's kind of old.
I got the Lions and the Cardinals. I think it could be a high-scoring game. It's going to be entertaining. Hopefully, Jared Goff does not look great so far. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. It's Detroit neg 3 right now. Over under 51.5. I believe they are the highest on the slate this week. As the only team or the only game above 50. I like that it's in the afternoon slate. They don't really have a lot of competition. People are probably going to like the Ravens and Cowboys, see if Ravens can get back on track. 49ers Rams, good conference matchup. But for both of us, we'll both be in Fox territory for that. You get the Arizona game, we'll probably get the Lions game because Packers play at noon.
I get Vikings.
No, in the afternoon game, you get Arizona. There's no.
Yeah, I do. No, I do. But I was thinking about the first game.
Let's see. Not Giants Browns, not Packers Titans, Bears Colts, but probably Chargers Steelers.
I just had the freaking map up too.
For Fox, the Fox games are Packers Titans, Giants Browns, Eagles Saints, Broncos Buccaneers. Probably the Broncos.
We get
right?
Chargers Pittsburgh.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
I have Sunday ticket because I'm not missing.
So do I.
But yes.
So yeah, I like the Lions Cardinals game. I think it's going to be a fun game. That's all.
I think the Lions Cardinals is a great game. I actually I'm a fan again. I love both of those teams. That's the problem. Lions, I have them going to the Super Bowl. I have it Chiefs Lions. So I think they do beat the Cardinals because I think this is the week that the offense of the Lions shows up against the weak Cardinals defense. I think it's very high scoring, but yeah, I think this is the game where Jared Goff puts up stupid numbers.
I hope so. I have Jared Goff in a lot of fantasy leagues. I hope so. It'd be really cool if that happened. So I'm good with that. I think if I had another game though, what game am I gonna like?
My other one is Eagles Saints. That's my other one. Just because the Eagles Saints, I feel like this is like you're gonna prove who is for real in my eyes. Because I don't think people still, even going to Dallas, I still don't think people think the Saints are for real. And with the chance to beat the Eagles, you go beat the Eagles and the Cowboys, I think people then start to believe. I think the books already believe they're -3.
Right.
I mean, so I think I'm on the Saints in the game.
I
like
I
the
was gonna
Saints.
say I was gonna say I kind of want to. I'm curious of that. I think are the Saints for real? If they smack the shit out of the Eagles, they might be for real. I don't.
Yeah, the Eagles. I think like if Derek Carr is putting up the numbers he is, I think he's going to throw all over the yard. Like they're going to do whatever they want to the Eagles' defense. I hate
That
that
defense is
defense.
not good, which is good because I got Carr in multiple leagues, and I also got Rashid Shaheed in a couple leagues. So I'm kind of, and I haven't been starting them, so
That's
I
great.
might be.
Shaheed is legit.
Yes, yes, and not that I don't want, not that I want to say this, but I will say it. He is better than Chris Olave.
Yeah,
Just
that's weird because I was super high on Chris Olave this year, and for some reason they're scoring 44 points, and he's just is he getting double teamed? Like what's going on?
I don't know. I don't watch Saints games.
From a guy who likes to play fantasy football. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'm
lost.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Is there an upset that you see this week that you'd like? If I had to put money, because I have one, but I can't count as an upset.
So I'm gonna do like a straight money line upset here.
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
I have one. I can go first. I have this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot this. We've been shit talking the Panthers, but now they have the red rifle. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
They
do. Give me the Panthers over the Raiders. Raiders favored -5. I want to see. I don't know what the money line is, but I have it up. Money line Carolina +205. I might just rip that. On FanDuel, it's +5.5. Like I said, I don't think if either of them win or lose, I wouldn't consider that a huge upset because I don't think the Raiders are that good. But if I was gonna be like, oh, unlike last week when 6 upsets happened, which, dear Lord, that was annoying.
Yeah.
But this week, not as many massive favorites. Tampa at -335 to beat the Broncos. That doesn't seem big enough. If I'm gonna say. But everything else, there's not a lot of. Oh, I don't like the Browns -330. I don't like that either. They're playing the Giants.
I actually like the Browns. I'm gonna lay it with the Browns. I think the Giants just suck so much.
I think they suck too, but I don't know what I'm getting out of Deshaun Watson.
No,
did he get a massage that week? Yes or no? If he did, now he's more allegations detailing a grape.
But Daniel Jones is going to give Deshaun Watson potentially the ball at his own 30 twice.
Yeah, but what is he going to do? He's probably going to blow his load just like he does in the massage room, and he's going to lose the game for them.
Well, if you want to jump on the island of the Giants, please do. Because we don't got to bet.
We don't got to give any money to the sports books. We can make the bet right here. I don't care. We can just make it 1-on-1, buddy.
All right, fair.
But my upset. Give me the Panthers with Andy Dalton. Also, I would be hitting Adam Thielen props.
Ooh.
I saw this on ESPN.
I like it.
Adam Thielen to this point has only had 7 receptions on the year between 2 games. Yeah. In Andy Dalton's lone start last year, he had 14 targets.
Dude, that's I have to write that down.
Yeah, I think I saw that ESPN tweeted out maybe like a fantasy thing.
His yards is 44.5.
Yeah, give me that over. I'm curious, do they have the receptions up?
3.5, but it's juiced as ever.
What is it?
-165
for 3 catches.
For 4,
I would go I'd go 6 and 50.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that one. But I think a lot of people are gonna be on that because it was I think it was an ESPN account that tweeted it. So I think that's gonna get juiced, and I don't really like that. But I have more faith in Andy Dalton to run an offense regardless than I ever will Bryce Young. So even if you like a Deontay Johnson, I think both of them, They don't have a good running back. Chuba Hubbard's not that great. Brooks is still on the PUP, so they're not going to try to run the ball. What is Andy Dalton good at? Just slinging the pill around. I wonder, what do they have his? That's the wrong week. Let's see. Passing props attempts. Okay. I was going to say, if it's around 30, I'd like it. 32.5. I could see him throwing 35, 40 times the game.
Okay. All right. I mean, hey.
That's what they got the line. The line looks
that's
about
where
the
red rifle, that's a lot.
It is, but that's also right where I thought I would like it. So I'm like, all right. They're right on pace of where I wouldn't
Chuba Hubbard touchdown.
Ugh, gross. Yucky. I don't like that.
I have a couple props.
But yeah, okay. What about your upset? Because that's my upset.
My upset
Panthers
is
get it done.
I have a couple props I can give you too that I like.
Yeah, sure. Give them out.
Well, my main one. We'll just go. There's two main ones I like this week. Number one, George Pickens. We already talked about him.
Yep.
His yards is at about 44.5 as well.
Okay.
I like his receiving over. Justin Fields got to throw to someone. He's good for like a 30-yard catch in a game. I think he can get over that amount. I still think the Chargers defense is a little bit they're a little bit overvalued right now just because the Chargers have played the Panthers and then the week before. They haven't really played anyone. I think I'm not saying Justin Fields is going to be that guy either, but I think George Pickens, you can get him loose a couple times. Okay. And then the other one's going to surprise you, and the Jets just shanked the field goal. The other one, the surprise, I think the guy who's going to turn it around, I think this is crazy how low this is because everyone hates him right now. Bo Nix over passing yards is at like 175. It's at like 175. Now, this guy's going to throw you interceptions, but this is going to be a high-scoring game, and it might be a high-scoring game. Or Tampa might win by a lot. But
it could be a 13-10.
No, I think
it could be
a bunch.
You look, listen. We were singing. We both were saying we picked the Saints to have a longer, better future. Not that meant the Bucs were bad or that they weren't legit. But Baker, even when playing well, still has volatile games. It could, with how bad the Broncos have been playing, this could easily be a 17-10 game. Baker's an efficient 70% passing, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. That could happen.
Well, I think the total's like 40. We can go against each other on this one. I'll take over, you take under. And that's why I think
write it down. Write it down. We'll write it out.
Write
it out because I forget what I say sometimes. Write it down. Write out the other one we said that you don't got to go anywhere. I'm willing to take that one, and we can just.
I got it.
There you go. I got to check in my own parlays.
Yep, there it is.
Where am I at with that?
We'll flip on that one.
Oh, that's cool. I need 5 more yards from Rodgers for passing yard. I'm at 175. And he's already got the touchdown. That's great. That's good. What about Garrett Wilson? What do you got? You got to pick it up. You need about 25 more yards. Ramondre, you're halfway there. That's cool. Brees, you hit your rushing. Now we need Jets plus 3.5 and the under. We're looking good.
Yeah, that missed field goal is an under play.
Bad for you. Good for the under.
Yeah, so Bo Nix, that one's going to get everyone all frustrated. I think they're going to play from behind in this game. They're going to give up some yards, Tampa Bay. They always do. Their secondary is not as good as it used to be. I think he gets 200 yards. He might throw 2 picks. He might.
Okay.
But I think he gets 200 yards. It's only 175. I think that's crazy low for a team that is probably going to play from behind. Probably going to play from behind. Then my upset of the week, I'm taking you to Monday night. This one is disgusting, but I'm going to take, the Buffalo Bills. I'm still going to stick to, I'm not completely all in on the Bills. I've never been. I'm going to take the Jags to pull the upset in Buffalo. It's a desperate Jags team. They're 0-2 against a riding high Buffalo 2-0 team.
I think
Give
this
me
is
the
the game.
hungry dog. The hungry
That's
dog.
what's going to happen. This is the rope. They're getting the rope. They're slinging it over the door. This is the game they're going to get smacked by 30, and this is the game that's going to be like, yo, maybe Doug Peterson's not the guy.
No, if that does happen, you're right. Because 0-3, you're kind of dead. You're kind of dead.
You're dead in a 17-game season. You're dead. Don't matter.
Yeah,
You're dead.
I don't know why. I just have this inkling that this is going to be a weird game on a Monday night. It's like an early start Monday night game.
Yeah. Why do we have 2 games? One's at 6:30.
I actually love when they do that.
I do too. But can we do like a 5:30? Make it 3:30 for you people. Make it like a 3:30.
Yeah, no, can we not? No. The fact that we're even they're doing it 2 weeks in a row, by the way. This is a 2 week in a row thing.
Why? But why?
Well, next week's game, let me see. Next week's games is, I think, maybe
it's
better.
Titans, Dolphins, Seahawks, Lions.
They're disgusting in my eyes. Watching the Titans is just.
Will Levis. Yeah, but you're going to see a what the fuck Will Levis moment every week.
Yeah, but it's just.
I don't like that they have only ever 3 or 4 games in the 3:30 slot.
Agreed. Yeah.
Why do we have 12 games at noon, 3 at 3:30, 1 at night? Like, what are we doing?
Imagine that matchup, though. We're going to get Skylar Thompson versus Will Levis. That is a night. And then you get Geno Smith versus Jared Goff, which is fine because the Lions are like a darling. But, like, that's a night
that Titans-Dolphins game, that game is yucky to think
about. And so, but, yeah, this Monday night, I didn't have the guts to – I also don't like the Bengals. Didn't have the guts to go with the Commanders. That's not going to end well.
Fair. That's fair.
But I do like Jacksonville. I think it's a desperate team. I think they're talented. They are talented. We all know that, but they just can't put it together. I think for the one time they saved their season. And even if the Bills lose that game, it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's not a big deal. 2-1. You're 2-1, and you basically ended the Dolphins already. So your only competition in the division is going to be the Jets. And they're better than the Jets, I think. So,
yeah, man. Deal. Yeah. All right. Well, we've kind of talked about a lot. We've decided we are going to delay college football. We'll do college football tomorrow. We're free. We've already been going for an hour 15. It would be silly for us to speed up a college football segment.
Yes.
So we're gonna come back tomorrow, probably in the early evening,
and then you'll be ready for college football. There's games tomorrow. There's good games tomorrow in college football too.
Yeah,
so,
and then we'll get into our picks of the week. It won't be as long. Well, it might be because we'll be able to go a little bit more in depth because we're not going to go down division by division like we did today with the NFL.
We just have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, we did 100%. And so now we can kind of get into a little bit more of the games themselves, like what our favorites are, what's the playoff looking like, stuff like that. So we're going to probably end it in just a little bit here. We are going to come back tomorrow evening, and then I'm going to talk to Kyle to be able to pump out the audio today, tomorrow, and go from there. And we'll get that out there. But yeah, that's going to probably wrap it for MV3 today. Keith, I appreciate you being here, and you'll be here as much as you can going forward as we figure out what's going on in the future as we roll with bingo. As we roll with this, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube as MV3 Podcast, on my Twitch at Coach_Gets, TikTok MV3 Pod, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, you can find us. You can watch us. You can watch the VOD of it on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook. You can listen to it, like I said, on the podcast. We're here. We're here every week. Yeah, woo! Yeah, fuck the Brewers. Whatever. Maybe we talk a little baseball tomorrow in the preview. Maybe we talk a little baseball.
No.
He says fuck the Brewers. He knows the Brewers
are
fucked.
We can talk about it, but we got to save it. I think we save it for the playoffs at this point. Everyone wants football. We're giving the people.
That's fair. That's fine. Once the playoffs actually start, that's fine.
Yeah.
So that's it from us today. We'll be back tomorrow, and follow all of our socials to find out exactly. I'll be tweeting out in a little bit or making the post when we'll be live tomorrow. That's it. Peace out. Let's go under.
Yeah.
The only thing with the White Sox, I say, they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.